Thanks so much, everyone, for staying with us. Don't forget, tonight we have the president of the NLC, Comrade Joe Ajero, who is with us on the program tonight. But as much as we're trying to touch base with him and fix all the technical angles and all that before going live to him, let's first and foremost let you in on some of the major political story, one of which is that a former deputy speaker of the House of Representatives and a former Imo State Governor, Honorable Emeka Ihedioha, has floated a new political movement which he called the Rebuild Imo Movement. This is coming days after the former party leader announced his resignation from the PDP following his disappointment in the internal affairs of the party, of not being able to uphold internal party structures and processes, and failure to play the role of opposition or even to follow its own party constitution as it should be. News also is featuring on possible defection of the former governor of Katsina State, Governor Ibrahim Sherma, who is said to have dumped the PDP for the APC. But what does this mean altogether for our nation and our politics and, of course, governance in this country, knowing full well that the pillars of democracy includes opposition and its role, the civil society, of course, the media, and the government, which adds its different arms. But when we see this kind of defection, what does this mean? Let's get to the filler and get to understand some of what is going on within the PDP. And I'm being joined by a former presidential candidate who also was an aspirant in the 2023 presidential race and a member of the People's Democratic Party, Chief Dele Momodu. He joins us live from Lagos. Thank you so much, Chief Momodu, for joining us tonight.
Good evening, Shehu, and how are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much indeed for joining us. Give us an understanding of what this defection means. The PDP used to be the bride of major politicians in Nigeria, and you see a lot of movement towards the PDP, but it does look like recently some high-profile personalities are shying away from identifying with the People's Democratic Party. What do you think is going on with the party?
I don't think I am too surprised, and it is nothing strange. After every electoral cycle, you see such movement. Nigeria is a country where a politician can wake up in APC and go to bed in PDP. So it's nothing strange. And there are many reasons you can accuse for this. Most politicians in Nigeria are neither in need for charity nor for service to the people. It is only those who are in need for service to the people who can endure the hardship it takes to be in opposition. In Nigeria, politics is usually a game of winner take all. And it's also like a casino. So people, they play the casino, play their Russian roulette, and so when they are no longer comfortable in a particular political party, they move next. Some you won't blame, they have genuine reasons why they are frustrated out of the party. Someone like my very dear friend and brother, Emeka Ihedioha, the man that I love and respect so much, he's encouraged me a lot in PDP. And before he left, I think because the couple of times, I didn't know he was leaving so soon, but we did discuss it. And I know that he had genuine sense to be frustrated with our party. On a personal note, looking at Governor Chairman, well, I don't have any reasons for him leaving, but I know that he's been out of action for some time. And you know, politicians don't like to stay out of action. So he would have his own reasons for joining this. The other reason that we can look at is the fact that APC is already very jittery about 2027. The race has already started, even while the government is groping in darkness as to how to conduct the affairs of Nigeria. So they are very jittery, and they will do everything possible to destroy opposition. So it's up to those of us who are left in opposition to carry on strongly like the Roman soldiers and hope that we can make something tangible out of what we have at the moment. But I know that a lot of people also in APC will start moving because of anybody who is a student of political history in Nigeria will know that many people are still in APC today because they are hoping against hope that some Nigerians will drop on their laps. No manner of thoughts from the ruling government in Nigeria. So they are waiting for that manner. And when that manner doesn't drop, you will see them start moving out also in frustration. So it's not a one-way affair. It's going to be a motorway of movements. And let's wait for that time. But I am sure that a lot of APC members are already frustrated because what they are expecting, they are not getting.
Let's look at some of the reasons why Emeka Ihediara, for example, because he is not saying for sure that he's headed for another political party, but his grievances have been established in his resignation letter, which he has transmitted to the party. And today again, is carrying on and trying to establish the reasons why he's left the party, which includes the fact that the party has failed to play the opposition role effectively.
Well, I cannot disclose our private conversations. For example, I speak always as Dele Momodu. I'm not spokesperson for our party or for His Excellency, as I like to call him, Emeka Ihediara. Fantastic, brilliant gentleman. What I know is that the options before those of us in PDP are two or three. One, we remain in PDP and fight it out with the renegades who want to cause trouble and destroy the party from within. Unknown to them, they are also destroying their own future. The second is for the party to implode and people will move out en masse and leave the carcass to those who want to play the vultures in the party. So the third option is for people either to go to APC or any of the existing parties. But I believe that it's also very likely that the mega party will take place, whether with PDP or with others. It happened under Jonathan. There were political parties at the time of Jonathan, and they came together to form what is called APC. Maybe the time has come for some people to pay them back their own coins. I don't know. So I'm speaking now as a political scholar who is looking at all the melodrama in Nigeria at the moment. But we're not synonymous with crisis. APC has its own internal crisis. You can see the chairman of APC, former Governor Ganduje, fighting for his own life in his own party. It is part of the march towards 2027. APC will do everything possible to destroy opposition, find those who are viable, to terrorize those who are not viable, and make sure that the parties are in disarray. That's all. There is no way. You see, because the plan upon which people came to power was largely in the north. And a lot of the people in the north who gave that support either supports democratically or via coercion, they are already very disgruntled. I mean, you can see someone like my friend and brother, former governor of Katsina State, Malam Nasiru El-Rufai. You can see him moving around. So the man who gave them the pen is also using the razor. So they are jittery. And so what they are doing, if you look at rivers, they are not fighting for rivers because they don't need votes in rivers. They also need the money of rivers. And they know that in the south, the only man who can challenge Tinubu in the south is on Wike. So they dragged in very close to them. And they will also make sure that he has no peace in Rivers. Because the structure we are talking about in Rivers is not the structure of giving APC votes. It's the structure of money, the structure of having direct access. And you know, Rivers has always played that pivotal role in elections in Nigeria, from Dr. Dele to Chibukeru Amechi to Wike and now to Farah. So it's a very strategic state. It's not in terms of votes. A lot of people don't do their due diligence very well. So they would have known that what is going on in Rivers is about whiff of cash. What is Destabilise would call whiff of cash. So they are doing all these things and just moving around to make sure that.
But Mr. Momodu, Mr. Momodu, would you say that the PDP is playing the opposition role as it should be playing it?
I'm a very frank person. No. And the reasons are very obvious. Because there are people within PDP whose role and sole responsibility is to make sure that PDP does not break. They are there. They are not hiding it. And some people are also conniving with them from within. And it's obvious from all available evidence that PDP should be playing a bigger role than it's playing right now. And the leader of opposition in Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, is trying his best not to rob the boat. He's trying to pacify everyone. If you know him, he is probably the most democratic man you will find in Nigerian politics today. He plays to the books and according to the rule of law. So he does not want to appear like he's a tyrant or a dictator. But in Nigeria, you know, a bully only respects a bully. So Atiku right now is working behind the scenes to make sure that he can bring everybody together, especially those who agree. Those who have not lost their souls totally to the devil, he's trying his best to bring them together.
So, I mean, the question largely is that if we have a ruling party or a party in government, we should see another political party on the sideline, thirsty for power, but putting the ruling party on its toe, apart from the individuals. Well, it does look like political party structures now are just election engineering structures, whereby it's only used every 4 years, and every 4 years it's been abandoned, and everybody go on as normal. So the question is whether or not what Emeka Ihedioha has said, that the PDP has failed in its duties as an opposition. Do you agree?
You see, part of my admiration for them of Mobola Tinubu in Lagos was the role he played as an opposition leader. But unfortunately now, we have a former opposition leader in government and they don't want opposition. It's an irony, you know. So, is that it's a popular place and it's about self, it's a politics of self. So a lot of things going on in PDP today, it's because some people are very confused with the state of things. And when you are comfortable, why do you want to change it? So that's what is happening. They are very comfortable and they have people who are probably funding it either directly or indirectly from the ruling government.
So another issue that Emeka Ihedioha has is about the internal reforms. Now, after the 2015 election, the party says that he needed to look into how he lost the election. And former governors, former leaders of the party came together in a committee. Some of the committee we saw former Senate, Deputy Senate President leading that committee to look at how and why the PDP failed in the 2015 election, and in fact also in the 2019 election. The party has also lost the 2023 election, and Emeka Ihedioha is saying that these are some of the issues, and the party does not look like a party that is learning from its mistakes because it fails to fix its internal structures which are falling apart, and it fails to ensure an internal reforms?
It is not as simple as you are putting it, Sheung. You know, the role of money in Nigerian politics is number one, number two, number three, before you now come to ethnicity, to religion, and all that. And I'm telling you that PDP is being held by the jugular through the power of money. Some people are funding some politicians within, and you'll be shocked at the level in the party right now. And everybody's suspected, everybody lamented like Jeremiah behind the scene. When you speak to them, but to talk publicly, no, they don't want to offend you, they don't want to offend that. And don't forget, look at what's happening to a man like Ayabi, who is a member of APC. So now imagine somebody in opposition. So there are many reasons why people cannot fight. We can start in next the other day. He's a man who said this openly that I work against my party and I will work against my party. He came in there. Please tell me who would have stopped him from sitting there with all the security apparatus from the federal government, with the federal mind, who would have stopped him from entering that meeting? So they know what they are doing. All they want
Chief
is to make sure there is no opposition.
Chief Momodu, I don't know if you, sorry, yeah, I don't know if you remember the Ike Ekweremadu Committee, which is supposed to be a fact-finding and resolution committee, the Bukola Saraki Peace Committee. These are committees that have been set up by the party. All of the committees and the outcome of these committees, what is the problem? Is it also the other party forces outside of the party that are also making sure that some of what they have offered as solution to the party did not happen?
My answer to you is a one-liner. Exercise is futility. For as long as you have who are on the except if happen, and someone like Alaji Abubakar succeeds in his mission, and to tell them that you are right now amounts to being us. We're talking about the future of Nigeria. We're talking about the future of our children. But some people are okay with the handouts they are getting. That is the truth. What I'm saying, a lot of people cannot say it, but I'm a part-time politician. I have my job. I have what I am doing. Okay? So I can speak up, and I will continue to speak up. A lot of our politicians are in need for what they can get. And if they are not in APC where they can get appointments and they remain in PDP and somebody is funding them from that direction, what do you want them to do? They are already entrenched, and I don't see any force that can get them out easily. So those who still have their thinking caps on are working around the clock to make sure that they persuade these people that you cannot do this to your party, because these things will go down in history, that there are Judases within the party who are hell-bent on destroying the party.
But what do you think is the way forward for the PDP? Because if the caving in continues, if this internal crumbling continues, the party might find out that it's no longer existing tomorrow.
I don't think it is new. All these political brickbats and everything. It's not new to Nigeria. It is a matter of time. Like I already mentioned, APC will get very weak, especially in the direction the government will. If the government does not perform and government feels it can use power of coercion on opposition to win the next election, they will be shocked. PDP used to be very strong before 2014, 2015. But at the stage, everything collapsed, things fell apart. I think that happened to APC also. Because if you get to a stage where people will realize that how many people can they buy? Now they are giving appointments like popcorn. They are spraying money everywhere, you know. So people are hoping, and that's why you see a lot of them will keep quiet. But after some time, when hunger catches all of us, we will all know the direction to go.
Chief Dele Momodu, we wish the PDP very well, because we do know that when there is an active opposition, an effective civil society, and an independent media, our society will be better for it. And that's why we're asking these questions tonight, for the opposition party to stand up for his right and his role within our democracy. Thank you so much, Chief Dele Momodu, for your time tonight.
Thank you, Sean.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.